finds other needs or wants which become needs. But one does what has to be done and gets back into the masjid. But the other part was whether the verse in the Quran referring to the believers in seclusion in the masjids, whether this verse, which seems to be a general verse, is the basis under which or by which the scholars hold that the i'tikaf may take place in any masjid. The brother was asking me if that was the case. I cannot say whether this is the basis of the argument or whether there are actually other hadiths which may be of a general meaning also. And he asked if it was possible next week I would bring the hadiths which specifically refer to Mecca and Medina. Brother Uthman, do you have something on that? Oh, okay.
Is it haram or permissible Islam to shorten the beard? I mean, to
trim. Okay, question concerning the trimming of the beard. The vast majority of scholars hold that it is allowable for a Muslim to trim his beard. I mean, holding that it is required of a Muslim to grow a beard. Some hold that it is strongly required in the sense of it being a strongly recommended sunnah, and others hold that in fact it is compulsory, and that to shave one's beard is sinful. Having fulfilled the requirement of growing the beard, of course those who say that it is sunnah and not that it is compulsory, then trimming becomes, doesn't really make any difference, because according to them you could also shave it. I mean, you should, it's better to grow it, but you could shave it. But those who hold that it is compulsory, that the hadiths which command the growing of the beard are general commands, which don't allow for any modification to shift that command from being a compulsory command to one which is a recommendation. Such who hold that position are themselves divided into two groups. Those who hold that the trimming is not allowed because the command is to grow your beard, and those who hold that trimming is possible. And those who allow the trimming also hold that the trimming would have to be in accordance with the way in which Ibn Umar, who was one of the narrators of the hadith on growing the beard, being like a command of the Prophet ﷺ, that he trimmed his beard during Hajj, when he was preparing for Ihram. He would grasp the beard, and whatever was at the end of his fist, he would trim. So those who allow the trimming amongst those who hold that it's compulsory to grow your beard, hold that one may trim what is after the grasp. Other scholars hold that one may trim. The practice of Ibn Omar was indicating that trimming is allowed, whether you do so after the grasp or before the grasp. As long as what you have grown on your face is considered to be a beard, you are fulfilling the commandment of growing your beards. If what you have on your face now can be classified as stubble, what they call 12 o'clock shadow, and they have different names for it, which is when a person doesn't shave for a little while, that there starts to appear that the hair has just started growing on their face. That is not considered to be a beard, and so one would not be fulfilling the growing of the beard in that case. But as long as one has grown the hairs on the face to the point where we classify this as a beard, then to trim after that, or to allow it to go to a certain length and then trim, is optional for the individual. Or, as our brother said, to even it or to neaten it, to make it what he considers to be tidy, because of course this issue of tidiness may be something relative, but we know the Prophet ﷺ in his own practices would groom himself. He would grow his beard, trim his hair, and so and so, and that he was particular about Muslims maintaining a certain level of tidiness. So if one sees in trimming the edges tidying his beard, this is his option. Another person might say, well, this is not really tidiness, tidiness is a different...
The stronger opinion.
Well, I think what you have to do is look at the evidence yourself. If you ask me what is my opinion, what do I consider to be the stronger opinion, that's different. And what may actually, in fact, be the stronger opinion. In my opinion, what I consider to be the stronger opinion based on what I've seen is that one is allowed to trim the beard as long as what one grows on the face is considered a beard that one may trim. Tidy. But gouging portions out of the beard, that is, growing the beard and shaving out portions of the beard, that this is actually breaking the principle of growing the beard. The beard should grow its natural growth. You may tidy in the sense of tidying the edges, etc. But what is considered beard on your face should be grown. Of course, if the beard reaches a point where it's growing up your cheek and it's having difficulty to see, for you to remove it to be able to see, well, then I would say that you're doing it out of a necessity here. But just for chopping pieces to make like goatees and these type of other forms, one is then cutting off portions of one's beard, and you cannot really say one is growing one's beard, but growing a portion of his beard.
And then how about blood coming out from our body? Does it break our fast?
Blood coming out of the body, does it break the fast? If you get a cut and you bleed, it doesn't break the fast. If you defecate and some blood comes, it doesn't break the fast. If you urinate, some blood comes, it doesn't break the fast. As a male. However, for a female, if blood comes from her privates, that is the beginning of her menses, the minute that it begins, her fast is broken. So if she has 10 minutes left to the adhan and blood comes, her fast has broken. She has to repeat that day.
So we cannot donate blood while we are fasting?
No. You can donate blood whilst you're fasting, because the giving of that blood does not break, or the taking of blood out of your system doesn't break your fast. It's the taking in. It's whatever comes in. But if they're taking blood out in one hand and they're giving you glucose in the other hand, well then your fast is broken, because you're being fed in one hand as you're giving out on the other hand. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Concerning those people who are fasting without regular prayer, if they still pretend that they have the intention to fast, are they rewarded for their fasting are accepted?
Question: if a person is not praying regularly and they make a sincere intention to fast, would their fast be valid or rewarded by Allah? It is possible. If a person, is not praying regularly, meaning that they have not denied salah, they have not given up salah, but out of laziness, they miss one prayer here, miss one prayer there, they know they're wrong. But when Ramadan comes, they make the intention to fast and they hold the fast and they try to do it the best they could. Yes, they are rewarded for what they're doing.
Actually a tradition that I know some people that are Muslim, and you're fasting